Good afternoon, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and scholars from all around the world. Welcome to ŠumArt Talk, our dynamic international platform dedicated to fostering dialogue, creativity, and cultural exchange within the academic and artistic communities. It is a privilege to host you today for a session that promises to be both enlightening and intellectually stimulating. At ŠumArt Talks, we are committed to the transformative power of scholarly conversation in unveiling the diverse narratives and perspectives that shape our global cultural and artistic landscape. Our mission is to facilitate closer engagement with the minds of leading artists, cultural icons, and intellectuals, offering profound insights into their personal journeys, creative process, and the conceptual frameworks that underpin their work. Today, we are honored to present an exclusive art talk with Mamoun Hussein, a Sudanese artist whose life and work reflects the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of art. Welcome, Mamoun. Born and raised in Sudan, Mamoun has always had a deep connection to the rich cultural heritage of Nubia and Sudan, which serves as a foundation for much of his artistic expression. From a young age, Mamoun was influenced by his parents, both fine art graduates, who introduced him to the world of creativity and artistic expression. He began his artistic journey at the age of 10, exploring various techniques and styles that would later define his unique approach to art. Mamoun's path led him into humanitarian work, where he spent 8 years as a project officer within various UN agencies. His work focused on addressing the needs of vulnerable population in contributing to critical humanitarian efforts in Sudan. These experiences not only deepened his understanding of the world, but also greatly enhance his skills, which he has since challenged into his artistic journey. His ability to blend humanitarian values with artistic expression is evident in his work, which often explores themselves of themes of resilience, identity, and cultural heritage. In Kenya, Mamoun founded Nubian Art Gallery, a platform designed to support artists who, like himself, have faced the challenges of displacement due to conflict. The gallery is dedicated to providing a space for artists who fled their countries due to war, offering them the opportunity to express their stories, preserve their cultural identities, to rebuild their artistic careers. Mamoun's decision to establish the gallery was driven by a desire to combine the skills and insight he gained through his career to benefit artists seeking to establish their project through such an organization. More just a space for showcasing art, Nubian Art Gallery contributes to peace building by fostering healing through creativity and giving artists a platform to share their narratives. Mamoun has also contributed to academic discourse by writing a scientific paper titled The Impact of Sudanese Heritage and Nubian Culture in Contemporary Art, which explores the influence of Sudanese rich cultural history on modern art practices. Mamoun's painting draw heavily on symbolism, history, and legacy of ancient Nubia, reimagining, the grandeur of the civilization through a contemporary lens. His art is characterized by a blend of technical mastery and emotional depth, with each piece telling a story that resonates with his heritage and life experience. He uses his platform to advocate for a preservation of cultural heritage and to highlight the importance of artistic expression in promoting peace and healings. Welcome, Mamoun, to ŠumArt Talk. Today's art talk will be guided by our dear Sara Verki, a distinguished professional within over a decade of in curatorial and managerial aspects of exhibition and cultural initiatives. Also, Sara is a public program director and liaison for Scientific and Research Association ŠumArt. And we are very grateful to have her with us as a team member. We are also very thrilled to have you all here today as we dive into an inspiring discussion on the journey from Nubia ancient heritage to modern artistic expression, discovering the resilience and rich cultural stories woven into Mamoun Hussein's work, offering a new insights into the transformative power of art. Now, please join me in welcoming once again Mamoun Hussein and our dear Sara Verke to ŠumArt Talks. Thank you all for being there. Welcome. Sara?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Helena, for this great introduction.
Wonderful.
And it's great to have you here, Mamoun, and to do this talk.
Thanks a lot.
To dive deep into your artistic journey. It's an honor for me, honestly. And yeah, so yeah.
Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction from both of you, Mr. Lina and Mrs. Sarah, and I'm really grateful to join you and honored to be with you guys today. And thanks you for everyone who joined us online. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So today's talk is basically going to be about your artistic journey, and so we're going to start. So, Mamoun, can you tell us about your journey as an artist? What inspired you to start creating? If we could
All right,
start
sure.
there.
Yes, of course. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Mamoun Hussein, and I'm Sudanese artist and also founder of Nubian Art Gallery, the first Sudanese art gallery officially registered in Kenya. And my journey in art has been deeply intertwined with my cultural heritage and the experiences of displacement that many of us have endured. Sudan is currently experiencing the world's largest displacement crisis and with unimaginable atrocities unfolding even as we speak. Like there is so many villages and towns in East Jazeera and many different towns in Sudan are facing massacres and committed by the rabid support forces. And my art is just the mission of and the mission of Nubian Art Gallery is to aims to share, these harsh realities, create a space for healing, and also amplify the voices of those forced from their homes. And today I'm honored to share my journey, my art, and the purpose behind Nubian Art Gallery with all of you. Thank you.
Mhm, mhm. So, how do you think has the revolution affected? How do you think has it affected your artistic journey or any other artists in Sudan?
Well, yeah. Well, my work as an artist is grounded in a blend of personal stories and for sure culture symbolism. Uh, Coming from Sudan is a place rich in history, but marred by recent situations. My art reflects the themes of resilience, displacement, and the powerful spirit of community of Sudanese people, inspired by stories of survival and hope. And I aim to connect viewers with the deep sense of identity, heritage, and also that informs my work, a message that resonates deeply amid Sudan current crisis. And recently, I just authored, as Miss Selena mentioned, that the paper titled "The Impact of Sudanese Heritage and Nubian Culture in Contemporary Art," and also which exposed the importance of Sudanese and Nubian cultures samples in my work and their role in preserving identity. And also, it affects that, all the artworks that we do, like the revolution, the situation that happens in Sudan, has totally, and I feel like also through my fellow artists that it totally affect our styles, our subjects, our titles, the artwork, the titles of artworks that we do, and because we feel the responsibility of reflecting what's happening in our country as an artist through our artworks to also like share the message and bring more people's attention to the current crisis that's happening in my country, Sudan.
I mean, it's really sad of what's going on in Sudan, and
Yes.
our
Yeah.
colors are it's
Thank
sad.
you.
It's
Yeah.
sad.
Thanks.
It's really sad. And
Yeah. Thanks.
how does your personal as a Sudanese artist shape your work?
As personal wise, it really shaped my work as you always think about it, right?
Mm,
It's really affecting you. I mean, we try to always be positive as an
mm,
artist, reflect beautiful artworks and beautiful pieces, but personally, you won't ever try to be really avoiding what's happening to
mm,
and it will really affect the work that
mm,
you do, whatever it is and whatever style it is. It will
mm,
really shows like always have pieces, and some of them no one will really buy because of the sadness that the artwork will hold. But for me, I don't always do as artwork to sell for people, but sometimes you do it to heal yourself. Like there is some emotions and feelings
mm,
that you won't be healed from. That's what I believe, except when you do an artwork or a piece that really reflect all the emotions you have and through that colors and through that canvas that you show. So maybe it's a bit sadness or a sad artwork to some people, but that's the reality that Sudan is facing, and that's the reality that
mm,
or the emotions and feelings that I personally feel.
mm,
But I always try, yes, to make myself as a person who can reflect the stories and the realities of my people. Yes,
mm.
thanks.
No, who actually are there specific artists or movements that have influenced your work? I believe every artist has an influence, and I know yours for sure. It's your
Yes, yes,
father,
yes. They are even
your
attending now. I
parents. I
can
can
see.
see that.
Yes,
If you could talk
yes,
a bit about your parents, is that something you would be
yeah.
comfortable? I would love
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I will. I would love to actually. So both of my parents graduated from fine arts college in Sudan,
Mm.
and that's where they met. And
Oh.
yeah, so both of them are fine artists, and they really influence all my artwork, and they are the one who inspired me to
Mm,
also to become a pilot and artist, and everything
mm,
that I do is just simply, yeah. Uh, Things that I learned from them, and they are really good at. Like every time I see a piece, it just inspires me to keep doing more artwork. And uh, they did also the same. Just like I follow their path, as we say, because they also work sometimes with the INGOs and UN agencies to also
mm,
in maybe I believe in communication sectors and to use their skills to also for humanitarian uh,
mm,
world. But yeah, that's like I can't stop. There is no words that explain how great they impacted my work, and they are the one who learned us. Like I mean, even when they want us to play with some stuff, they will buy some toys and stuff, but
yeah.
uh, for sure they will let us do some artwork and in different
Oh.
mediums and experience different, yeah,
Mm,
uh, art tools, and we did everything. I feel like I always told my fellow artists and colleagues that I haven't been to art college, but I feel like I can even say like with humbleness that I'm always like a bit better than going to college, because college is like maybe 5 years maximum, but like
that's right.
from young age you will be, yeah,
Mm,
influenced and learned a lot of skills from them, and both of
mm,
them affected all our family. Like even my brothers and sister, all of them, they can do art and they can do some music as well. Like so talented without even going to lessons or sessions, because that's exactly on the DNA, as we say. Yeah. So I'm really gonna take this chance to thank them again, and may God bless them all.
Hopefully,
Thank
we're gonna
you.
have them on a talk with us. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
for
a great
sure. I'm
honor.
gonna really encourage them, even that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I have like for instance, like as you are aware, there are a lot of artists
Yes.
nowadays who are actually stuck, confused, in between. So,
Mm,
like, you know, nowadays, where they don't have the opportunity and they don't have the right network or the right connections to
that's
showcase their artworks. So, what would your
mhm.
advice be? To never give up, or to just what's your advice to these emerging artists nowadays? A great emerging artist that I've met
Yes.
in downtown Toronto.
Yeah. And they are
Um,
still unknown.
they're still
That's
unknown.
true.
And even though like
Exactly.
there is like one specific artist who's homeless in downtown Toronto. It's
Mm,
not just in Canada, we're talking about global
that's
wide.
true. Yes, that's
A
true.
lot of artists, great artists, who don't
Mhm.
have the opportunity, like any,
Exactly.
you know,
Mm,
I'm sure you've been through it too, where
exactly.
you
Exactly.
just feel unheard. Or
Yes.
what would your advice be? How did you overcome these
Yeah.
obstacles of trying to be heard, or trying like, or your artwork speaking
Mm,
out loud? And
that's true.
what would the how did you
My
overcome
advice to
these
them.
obstacles? Or your
Sure.
journey, if you could like at least you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
As advice to them, right?
Mm,
Well, most of the artists, they will feel like you are always shy. This is the first
mm,
thing I have to mention. I mean, you are always shy to share your new artwork or your new piece,
mm,
and that's something you shouldn't feel shy. I mean, everything you do with your hands, and that's a gift that God gave you, and you have to, uh, I mean, make use out of it, and so don't be shy to share your artwork, no matter
mm,
how it looks for you, because you will always find someone who will love that piece that you will think that's the ugliest artwork that you did, but no, that's the most beautiful art piece for someone else that you don't know. And also don't try to lock up yourself in your studio or in your
mm,
place and just like wait until people reach out to you. No, you have to reach out to people, reach out to the different audiences, wider audiences. Use everything, your full capacity to use everything that you can use to share your artwork with people. And it's also, you should feel blessed. I mean, uh, maybe someone who's feeling down and he just saw your artwork through social media or any platform, he just saw it as a photo, let's say, has been shared by his friend. The feeling that he will feel through your artwork, and how it will change his feelings, like to become more positive or happier. That's
mm,
something also you should be grateful for. I mean, you do something for other people to lift them up, to inspire other people, to inspire other artists, and we should always reach out to different audiences. Like, I mean, it's a bit challenging to use also these kind of the social media platforms. Like, it just feels like the world is trying to grab artists to make them
mm,
influencers, as we say, like social media influencers, because we really feel like we should do our artwork only, focus on doing more artwork and more
mm,
pieces. But at the end, you will also have to learn these skills and how to use these social media platforms and how uh, to make it like very important to share your artwork with different audiences globally, not only in your region. And sometimes you don't have to look up yourself in your studio just doing your art. I'm sure, like, yeah, it's the most grateful thing, but it's also sometimes it's really like there are some people I know, they are so talented that they will always not even feeling shy lonely, but they will say like, I cannot go out. I better do an exhibition. Okay, so if you did an exhibition and no one knows you, no one will show up. So you have to sometime, like, make. I mean, I always grab, and this is something I learned from my parents. Like, they always grab a greeting card or a small gift that has their artwork, on it, like a greeting card, a small. Uh, don't just make a business card. No, just make like a greeting card that has your art piece. Yeah, and share it with people. When they ask you what do you do, you can just tell them I'm an artist and this is one of my pieces, and you can have it as a small gift from me.
Mm.
So that will open up and very big opportunities that you never thought of. I mean, I can
Mm.
even tell a small person story that I just been to it, and actually it ended up with an opportunity for exhibition for all the artists, Sudanese artists here. Sometime I do some sport as a hobbies, badminton, and I was also in the national team of Sudan long time ago in the badminton
Wow.
team, and I play these rackets games, as we say, from time to time. So I recently joined some battle courts or teams here in Nairobi. So after the game, we introduce ourselves to each other a bit, and what do you do and stuff, and then they know, oh, you're an artist, great. I loved your artwork and stuff, so you can come and do an exhibition in my restaurant. I'm owner of an restaurant. So I told them, okay, instead of an exhibition for me, why don't we do it for Sudanese artists, if you don't mind? And he was like, yeah, for sure. It's a lot of artwork. It will be more artists. And we were planned for it. Yeah. And for sure, we will do it. Once we ended up with the biggest project that we are currently doing, we will do that for sure. So you see the opportunity that's even
Mm.
unexpected, I can say,
Mm.
from unexpected places. So
Mhm.
always try to reach out to people, other people, let them know you are an artist, show them your artwork, and share it with the world. Give them more positive feelings
And
and
I feel
emotions you have.
And
And
I just feel like an artist also needs to
yes,
work on themselves, on their
on the
identity,
skills, that's
and
true.
everything. Because an artist is just not an artist going and drawing. No, it's just basically because my question is always to any artist just trying to sell artworks, what's the legacy you're leaving behind?
Exactly. What the story that you have in your
What's the
artwork.
story exactly?
Exactly. That's
Uh,
something I really focus with.
Exactly,
Yes.
like working on
Yeah.
your history or your not biography or not
Heritage and
resume, but just about
yeah,
you yourself as an artist, because again, my
that's true.
question always to any artist is, what's the legacy
Mm.
you're leaving behind? What
Yes,
is your
exactly.
purpose? Like there
What the
must be
message?
exactly what's the
Yes,
message?
your artwork is carrying. Mm.
Exactly. So I just feel like most artists need like again, like if you're just gonna go out
Mm.
there and I just
Yeah.
feel like they have to work more on
Yes,
their
on themselves,
identity,
on the
on
skills.
their identity
Yes.
exactly. As I've always
Yeah.
believed that Helena
Mm.
knows about she knows about these. I've
Yeah.
always believed, and I always keep saying, art is an
Yeah.
extension of culture. If there is
Exactly.
no
Exactly.
culture, there wouldn't be
Yeah.
no
You won't
art.
even. Yes.
No,
Exactly.
no. So I
Yeah.
just feel like, culture
That's
it
true.
plays a big role in our lives.
Mm. In our lives. Yeah.
It's what actually makes
Mm.
like it's what drives you to do what you're doing, and the art
Exactly.
everything. For
Yeah. The
instance,
inspirations.
the inspiration
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah. Mm.
exactly.
And
So
it's really.
mm,
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of people like, I have this common question that I always get, especially here in Kenya. Like,
mm,
most of the people, they will see the artwork and they will be like, I think you are Sudanese artist. Like, how did you
exactly,
know?
that's what I'm
And they'll be
talking
like,
about.
you guys are, yeah. And he will be like, oh, you guys are so artistic. And I don't
Mm,
know, like you have some talented sculpture artists, you have some talented photographers, you
mm,
have some talented visual artists as well. And like, why all of you, like most of the Sudanese people are so artistic? And I had this common question a lot, and that's actually the inspiration of writing that
mm,
the scientific paper behind it,
mm,
because that's what I exactly believe. Like, no matter how artistic we are, but we all had it from somewhere. Even if you don't realize it, you had it from your culture, your heritage, your
Mm,
the skills that you have is just not happen suddenly, or you just had it like in a night and on, but
mm,
it's something that in your DNA, and we have to focus that, even that most of our, because now I have, sorry, but I have to mention this
mhm,
conflict thing again, but because it happened, we lost most of our museums. So
mm,
imagine now we don't have someone who reflects how our innocent kingdom used to be, or how they used to look. So that's why I feel like this is the right moment for Sudanese people, that you are the voice, you are the one who should reflect uh, your innocence kingdom artistic things, like through, because you are naturally having it,
mm,
and you can easily do it, and you can easily tell people, and also it gives more value to your artwork, right? If you have a
mm.
story behind it, that makes it more valuable, that makes it
That's
more
right.
yeah. So that's really true what you said, and I really believe and wish that all Sudanese artists use that as they
Mm,
are messengers of their culture and heritage. No matter
yeah.
where they are, and no matter what styles they do, they can use
Mm.
their styles, and everyone has a unique style, so they can
It's who
use
you
it as
are.
a, yes, exactly. It's
It
who
is
you are.
who you
No one
are.
can
No
yeah,
one can
and you are
evaluate.
comparable.
Mm,
Yes, and don't always fall in that comparing parts,
nope,
where you
nope.
compare yourself to another. Yes, that's not really, I mean, no one has the same style that another
Mm,
artist have. You have your own unique style, so you can just try different mediums, different styles until you have your own. And everyone knows that, okay, that's the one that's my style, because you can do it
mm,
more easy, you can do it with more passion and more love, and you have the value behind it. You'll feel like this is the most expensive piece you have, let's say. But because why? You had put the story, a valuable story
mm,
for it. You had thought of it like very um, inspiration. The inspiration came to it like very from a very high or very old innocent story that you want to tell or let people know about it.
mm.
So people should really, yeah, become messengers of their heritage and cultures, and it
Exactly.
really impacts everyone. Yeah,
Like for instance, like a couple last week, I went to a friend's house, and she had
yes,
this beautiful artwork.
yeah,
And I kept looking at staring at this artwork for good 15 minutes. I kid you not.
yeah,
Good
yes,
15. And I
yeah,
told her, she told me, "Do you know who the artist is?" And I kept looking. I told her, "It looks familiar." And she was like, "Who do you think it is?" I told her, "I think I might," because I wouldn't believe, I couldn't like
right,
for
yeah,
in a million years that she would have an artist, this artist artwork. Guess who's art
yeah.
who the artist is, Helena and Mamoun?
Who?
Picasso. I was
Really? Wow,
right.
imagine.
I was right. I told her
Yeah,
it looks like Picasso,
Pablo
and
Picasso.
she told me
Wow.
you got it right. So
Mm,
I just feel
imagine.
like if to it's an identity. Picasso and
Yes,
great artists have left this identity.
yeah,
Whenever you go, you would know who that artist is.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
know,
and always try to be
mm,
bring your inventions. I mean, uh,
exactly.
luckily, yeah, and I'm so grateful for Tokyo International Art Fair that I will participate this year. So I'm trying to bring invention into art, by bring
Mm,
some new style that no one did it before. Like
mm,
I can easily say it because it's just happening next month, but it's like
wow.
if we mix the Arabic calligraphy with kanji, the Japanese kanji, and you guys know why I choose the Japanese kanji,
Of
thanks to
course.
our blessed family, yes.
Of course, that's your wife's.
And exactly, yeah. So it's really like if you came up with some, always try to bring or bring the invention into art, and
Mm,
that's how the creativity is. Like you cannot be saying I'm creative, and you just
mm.
stick into one style or one medium or something. Artists have always to, they have always should be like creative people, using different things, using different tools to bring a beautiful artwork that people will love.
Mm. No, that's really interesting.
Yeah,
And it's just like with the again with this. like there's a lot happening right now all around the world,
Yes.
and I
Yes.
just feel like art is the only thing we need right now. It's art is the only
That's true.
thing that would bring us all together, just to admire.
That's
Like a
yes.
couple of weeks ago, there was an art
Mm,
event in downtown Toronto. It's called
mm,
Nuit Blanc. So
mm.
it's a yearly event. So you know, you just see everyone from different background, from different ethnicity,
Like,
different
yeah.
religion, coming all together to
Mm,
appreciate one thing, which
yes.
is
To
art.
appreciate art. Yeah, exactly.
That
And
just
it's such
made me
wonderful thing too.
so happy. I mean, people from
Yeah.
different background. Uh,
Yeah. And the
uh,
vibes that you get when you attend such
Beautiful. It's
events. Yes.
it is really
Yeah.
beautiful, and yeah,
Exactly.
from
Sorry.
you know, they're
Mm,
coming all together to appreciate art, like
exactly.
again from all
Just
around the world, different ethnicity,
yeah.
different background.
Yeah.
Mind you,
Yeah.
Canada is a diverse country with a lot of people with different
Mm,
ethnicity, different background, but we all came
yes.
together to appreciate
Exactly.
art,
Yeah.
and that was something
Exactly.
beautiful. It was it
It's so
was
beautiful. I
it was
know.
beautiful, regard of
Yes.
whatever is going on in this world right now, and we
Yeah.
only pray for peace and you know,
Mm,
again, but
exactly.
just you
And
know
art
of what's going
is
on in the
just
world and seeing people coming all together to
yeah,
appreciate, like, bro,
that's true. Yeah.
you don't know if he's my enemy from the country or whatsoever. They just left
Yes.
everything and just gathered together to
Came to
appreciate
appreciate
that.
it. Yeah. And
Um,
art is it's like it doesn't need a specific language. Art its
no,
own like
no,
yeah, by itself its own language. I mean, it doesn't
exactly,
need someone who, this is what makes it also uh more lovable by most of the
exactly.
people.
It's
Like it
unity.
doesn't need
Art is
yeah,
unity,
yeah, it
unity and
doesn't matter
peace.
where you're from or yeah,
It doesn't
which
matter.
yes,
Coming all
that's
together and listening to the artistic history, to
yes.
the conceptual and the
Yeah, it makes
conceptual,
you appreciate other artists
it just
and yeah,
appreciate it.
yes.
And
Even
hmm, sorry.
yeah, yesterday we just sorry, just participated actually also in this affordable art show, which is
Mhm,
in the National Museum of Kenya, and there is more than 300 artists that participated in this, and more than 800 something
mhm,
artwork were showcased from yesterday, and it's happening today and also tomorrow. And it was so nice, like to see even other Kenyan artists who
mhm,
titled their artwork for Sudanese people. I mean, I saw two pieces by one of the Kenyan artists, and he titled his artwork like Sudanese lady and Sudanese man.
mhm,
So he just titled that, and I'm sure he knows what's happening in Sudan, and that's why he chose to participate with those two pieces to make people, aware of what's happening around them and what's happening in Sudan. I mean, and
mhm.
that was so
To bring
beautiful to see
awareness.
other people, yeah, to know that other people knows about your country, what's happening in
Mhm,
there, and they feel solidarity to you and to your people. So that's
mhm.
what makes it even more, nice and more great, you know, from all
It's
over the
really
world.
mm, I just
Yes,
feel like the only way it's to, you know, there's a silent talk, if you know what I mean by silent talk.
I
It's
know, I know.
advocating for your country in a um
Yes,
like, you know, for
in a
instance,
moment
whatever
that
is going
everyone's
on in
trying.
Sudan,
Yes,
everywhere in the
yes,
world,
that's
it's
true.
just to put a piece of art that represents your country.
Yes,
That's enough.
yeah,
It's a
and tell a
reminder to
story about
people.
it, right? Exactly.
Exactly. That's
People will
it's a
ask you.
silent talk.
That's
Because
true.
silence
Even if it's
actually,
unabstract, I mean,
nope, nope.
audiences will come and ask you what did you meant by that color or putting these pieces together or those shapes together. And when you tell them that you
Mhm.
advocate, yeah, for
And I
what's
just feel
happening.
like also, you know, silence is
Mm,
the loudest noise.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
artwork, it's so silence, but you know, when you dive
Yeah.
into it
It
deep,
has
it's
very
so
deep
loud. Wow, wow,
meaning. Yes.
wow.
Very
Yes.
deep.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true.
So I think we have people
Yes.
joining us, and I
Yeah,
think
it's
people
mine
are,
now.
That's true.
yeah. I just feel like Akiko sent a message saying people are,
Yes, I'm going to send ID for I don't know what's going on with Zoom. But I have to ask one question firstly, if you allowed me, and I will send
Sure,
because as we
of
know,
course.
the Nubian culture has a resilience to everyone
Yes,
millennia. We know
that's it. Yes.
what the
If I,
uh,
well, I can even, because maybe not everyone knows about
can you please a
Kushite
little bit?
Kingdom or
Yeah,
Nub,
yeah. Thank
I
yes,
you.
would I would
Nuba,
like to say something
or
if you
Nubia.
don't mind. I would like for the
Sure.
audience to turn on their camera if that's okay. So for us to get to know you, we would really appreciate if everyone could turn the camera on, if that's okay. Don't hide your beautiful faces. Hi. Yeah, and we have Helena Kolik and Hussein Mirqani and Abu Digan and Noha. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Sorry, yeah, so they're not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
turn on. Let's continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. Well, so just to give a small introduction to Kingdom of Kush and the Nubian cultures. The Kingdom of Kush, as scholars identified, existed between 1069 BCE until it falls around three. Sorry, just give me 1 minute. I think my headset went off.
No problem.
Can you hear me well now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Images, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I was given an introduction, right, to Kingdom of Kush.
So the waltz wanted to hear you, by the way. I just feel
Yes,
like it was
yeah. Sorry for that. It's just a small
no
technical.
problem, no problem.
And so, yeah, well, the Kingdom of Kush, as scholar identified, existed between 1069 BCE until it falls around 330 to 400 CE, while it has not received as much attention as other kingdoms. And it was known as a mysterious land of fabulous wills and located in modern day Sudan. There's something a bit confusing to so many people, and a lot of people just also wanted to let them know that Sudan has more than 200 pyramids, and still we don't know about it more than the other countries. So um, it's I feel like it has been hidden from public and from globally. It was hidden for a purpose, and I mean, if you had a box full of valuable stuff, you won't tell all your neighbors that I'm hiding that box in that place, right? So that's exactly what I felt with our beloved country, Sudan. Is like they know how rich and wealthy it is, but they just don't want to let people know about it, so they can easy make them separated, or make conflict just for their own purposes or for their own advantage, and that's exactly why the war, I believe it happened now in Sudan. And until now we have like some people in some places doing uh, random mining, I can say, and it's still they find a lot of gold. So Kushite Kingdom is something not everyone, but like yeah, everyone actually should know about what Kushite Kingdom is and what Nubian culture is, and that's why I named my art gallery as Nubian, not only because of specific tribe, as some people will also try to divert or separate, like Nuba and Nubian. Yes, I know they are different, tribes and stuff. But from Nubian, when I named it Nubian Art Gallery, is
Mhm.
that I meant Kushite Kingdom, that I meant all Sudanese people. I'm
Mm.
not specifying specific people or like specific tribe.
to put in Nubian Art Gallery. And even because it's
Sorry, are they Rashida? No.
Russia, no, Russia. Yes, Rashid is one of the Arabian tribes that is also in Sudan, but
Correct.
it's like when I
We
meant
have
it.
them in Eritrea as well. As you know, I'm
Yes,
Eritrean, so we have them in
exactly. Yeah.
Eritrea as well. We have
Yes,
the
yes.
Tigre and
There
the
is so many
Rashida.
common, you see. Yeah,
Yeah.
so not specify saying that, or give like boundaries. Uh, who put these boundaries or these like, between country and another country? Just something not really, uh, s- we cannot find any identifications that says this, but historically we found some stuff that says, yeah, there are some boundaries, but it wasn't specifically in a small region. It was big. Otherwise, it won't be called kingdom, right? I cannot call a small state or a small town or a small village a kingdom. It was a kingdom, a very huge place. Yeah. So a space, I mean, and yeah, I made it open as a platform to a Nubian art gallery. I made it open to everyone who's facing the same things we faced after being away from home or forced to flee our homes, and I made it open to whoever doing art. And like he left his country because of conflict. So Nubian Art Gallery could be a platform to him, and that's why I always, just like that person asked me to do an exhibition, but I told him, okay, let's, make it a group exhibition instead of individual exhibition. And we will have so many projects in future that I believe it will really be impactful, not only to the artists.
And we'll be here to support as well. Us as a ŠumArt, that's our
Yes,
aim.
Exactly.
thanks a lot.
We're here
I'm
to
really looking
support.
forward. Yeah,
May I
but
say something?
really
Because
thanks.
you Mamoun, know that I have relatives in Sudan and I'm deeply
Exactly, for sure.
connected with the
You are.
Sudanese people.
Yeah,
And I am very grateful that I had the opportunity in first hand to
yes.
learn about the Sudanese art and culture and beautiful people of Sudan. Very, very
Thanks a
beautiful
lot.
people of Sudan.
Thank you
And
so much.
with great hospitality and big heart. And
Yes,
I'm
thanks.
deeply grateful for my sister to marry the Sudanese guy, firstly. Secondly, we named this art talk Echoes of Nubia. Is there any kind of symbol, maybe, from the deep time, from this old Nubian culture, which we know that as we can trace it, it can be rooted as ancestor of Egyptian culture. I have authority to say that because I'm art historian and I know that. But it's
Totally. It's different.
in academic, especially archaeological
Yes,
societies.
yes. Totally different.
Yeah, but is there any kind of symbol that you are using, or maybe color palette and something like that that you are using
Like,
in your
yes,
expression?
yes. So I'm trying to make also, as we mentioned earlier, modern expressionism, and the samples actually I felt like using some of it, or the inspiration. Most of my inspiration it comes from these samples. So people, when I say samples, they will think or that I will reflect the same sample that was held there. But I feel like I cannot. Sometime, yeah, you have to do the same samples just to show people that it's related to this uh, kingdom or something. But I'm just trying to make it more modern, as we say, and also the colors. I mean, if I went to use something that really shows that it's related to this kingdom, I would use specific colors palette, right? Like blue, gold, bits of like a brown, but not really dark brown, but bright brown colors, and it will reflect or samples that shows the heliograph, the ancient language of Nubian people. But yeah, sometimes I attempt to do just a modern expression that shows people that we we're not gonna stick into one, but most of the inspiration, yeah, it comes from those. And yeah, like Echoes of Nubia, it's because it's like Sudanese people are still, so resilient and so powerful and so artistic. So they have to, from time to time to show how exactly it used to look like for old Sudan or the Kushite kingdom. And also to make themselves as advocates, as we mentioned earlier, to let them know about this. I mean, sometimes people doesn't even know where Sudan is. There is a country,
unfortunately, yeah,
called Sudan. Yes, right. And some people, when I mentioned the unfortunate current situation that happened in Sudan, they will be like, where is it, or when did it happen? And it's been going for 1 year and 8 months till now or something. So some people doesn't even know where it is. So they can use themselves like artists, I'm saying, as advocates, to let them know about your heritage, your cultures, and the situation that's happened, to advocate about the situation that happens in your country. Because for sure you're not gonna feel like just avoiding this, or it's a negative feeling that should not feel that or this. But from time to time, I'm sure you will find it, even if it looks so beautiful. I mean, I have a piece that people always when they look at it, they will be like, wow, such a beautiful piece. But if I explained it, they will feel sad, actually. So it's the reality, because I actually told the story of why I believe the war happened in Sudan in this beautiful artwork piece. I can maybe bring it now and explain a bit of it, but yeah, if you allow me, if I can just bring
Please,
it now here
please
to
do
show
that. Please do
small.
it.
Okay,
Please.
great. Just give me
Absolutely.
one. Okay, let me grab it from the table.
No
All
problem.
right, just 1 minute. Thanks.
Welcome.
this is the beauty of our art talk. It's very uh, easygoing. It's not prepared in advance.
Yes, it won't be like official meetings that we,
No.
yeah, because it's artist, yeah, art talk.
It is art talk. It's life talk. We are talking about life and resilience,
Yes,
and the
yes.
Right.
cultural
And it should be
resilience of not.
artistic as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yes. So here, I don't know if you can see it clearly.
No, we can't. We can't. It's blurred.
Oh, okay.
You have to unblur it.
Okay, let me just try to blur it.
Mhm.
I think maybe it's still blurred, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I can share it as a
Please,
background.
yeah,
As a
please do that
background. Yes.
for
So
the
just
audience as
give
well
me
to
one.
see.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
Thank
wow.
you. So that's exactly like whoever's see it, he will be like, wow, a beautiful piece. But for me, it's actually not really, it's a bit sad. It has a sad story, or like here, that's what I believe exactly. The war happened in Sudan. You see here exactly, there is a yellow
People
block,
walk away.
like a small
yeah,
yellow block.
yeah.
So that's when I did it, I felt like, it symbolized the gold of Sudan. And that's why exactly this current situation, unfortunate current situation, happened in Sudan because of the gold and the rich natural resources that our country have. So here we can see a dove that it's a bit bleeding, right? And there is here people displaced carrying stuff, a lady and a guy. and then starvation happened, and that's why I symptomize it in a dry tree. And then there is here maybe, yes, a person with a camel, and that represent the militia that the groups, the nomads group that's attacking people now, and that's like the Sudanese person who's feeling depressed, and it's not fully showing the artwork, but it goes like how it happened and how we became now. But we're still gonna look here maybe we're still gonna look forward into positivity. We're gonna connect to our religions, we're gonna connect to God, we're gonna pray, we're gonna have positive, hopeful feelings, and it will all gonna end for a positive purpose. So yeah, that's a small explanation. So you see this as people will think like wow, such a beautiful piece, but when you just explain the details on it, and it has so many details, so they will feel oh, we didn't know it has this sad story of Sudan. But at the end, it's not because I just wanted to go viral, or I just did it for people to sell it so fast or something, but it was the feeling of that I am advocator, and I have to let people know about how it happened, and this happened in Sudan, and that's how most of our fellow Sudanese artists feel like. They know the world is most of the world is like he's a silent about what's happening, but it's still like we as Sudanese, we should not be quiet about it. We should amplify, and share our voices. Yeah. So sorry about if I gave you a bit
Oh no, it's
but yes.
No, really, it's it's been such a pleasure, Ma'mun, to have this talk with you, and it has been such a it's been a very great talk that one of the best that I've ever had, honestly. Not just
Thank you. I appreciate
so
it.
yeah. So does anyone has any question for Ma'mun from the audience?
Yes.
We would love to. Yeah, Elif. I see you. I see you.
I'm trying to get
Yeah, I
on
can
with
see
the
you.
team. Thank you. Actually, so both a pleasure and honor to be with you, and it's so impressive.
Thank you.
Yes, sadness is a part of the living lab, as Yelena calls the earth as a living lab. I love it. Yelena is it's her phrase, and
Yes.
it's it's history what you're making. You're making
Thank you.
art, but you're making a history, so you have to
Thank you.
say, tell the
Yes.
truth,
Part of
right? I
documenting
mean,
the realities in life that we've been through.
uh,
Thank you so
so
much.
I feel I felt it very honest. I mean, if you want
Thanks.
to have some art at your home, it should have a message. It should
Yes.
tell you
Story behind.
something. When the message is sad,
Mhm.
it's sad, it's
Yes.
true
Yes.
at the end. So the
Yes.
truth
Thank you so
matters.
much.
So I appreciated it a lot. So that's coming
Yeah.
out of my chest as it is. So
Thanks
thank
a lot.
you for
Thank you so much. I
uh,
appreciate it.
downloading such beautiful things on Earth.
Thank you
This
so
is
much.
a
I really
perfect
appreciate
thing.
your words. It
Yeah,
means a lot to
and
me.
thank you, Sarah. It was a very um, I didn't realize how fast the time was flowing.
I know. It's
So,
like I just
Also.
looked at the time. I was like, oh my God. It's like
yeah, so
Thank you
you
so
made
much.
it very, cheerful and lovely. So thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
thank you,
Thank you so
Yelena, for
much.
inviting.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
a lot.
And I'm sure you will see some positive artwork. And if you
hopefully.
just saw the Instagram page, you will see so many beautiful pieces. Not really all of them sad. Yes. So I'm even feeling a bit guilty to share that piece.
No,
No,
don't
But
be.
it's the
Don't be.
reality. Yes. Yeah.
It's
never.
a
May I
must.
say something? So, sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting.
sure. Go ahead.
The main function of art is to convey a message.
That's
First
true.
and foremost, from the deep time beginning up to the modern contemporary time.
That's true.
And we can see it as a kind of internet networking, which art essentially is. It's a tool how to convey a
Yes.
deeper meaning, and artist has very powerful obligation toward the world,
Yes.
shorten
Yes.
the message and to convey the
That's true. Yeah.
art is not only a beautiful wallpaper or screen paper for our computer and whatever
Yes. Yes.
for telephone, etc. Art, the main goal of art is
Very powerful message. Huh? Yes.
not to be only beautiful. It has to be sometime tough.
Yes.
Has
Exactly.
to be sometime so, there is no ugly and beauty in art.
That
Art,
shows the
art,
resilience, not
but
only, yes, the
exactly.
sadness, but it's also
No,
like a positive message. No matter what you've been through, you're always not going to look at the past. You know, if I was looking at the past, I will always be stuck there, thinking that, oh, you know, what happened to our country? You know, oh my God, this happened yesterday in our country. Yes, you're still going to show solidarity, but you should always look forward and for brighter future.
exactly.
Do some, you know, reflect something that it will show the beauty out of your resilience
There is
and your
always a
struggles,
beauty.
you know.
Always there
So
is a
yes,
beauty.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
artwork, you know, no matter what medium you used, it will be a beautiful artwork. So it shows also the like a very powerful message that, you know, how resilient the artists are. And I've always told them, you know, I don't know what I will do actually if I wasn't an artist and I've been through this, you know, because it's kind of my healing process. It's really helped me. I mean, I felt like, what if I wasn't an artist? What I was going to do some art therapies, and or to do what exactly? What how would I reflect my feelings that I have? Because you always, it's better to talk about the feelings you have, not to keep them inside you, especially if they are very sad feelings, right? You should always put them out. You know, don't let it inside you. So that's something, it will really strengthen you, you know, for the future. I mean, and you will always have more positivity no matter how it is. And when some people knows like, oh, he been through this but he's still doing this amazing or beautiful artwork, that's gonna give them a very nice feeling, like, you know, I didn't go through this, but I felt depressed last night, let's say, but there is no uh like I don't know, you will feel, yes, down from time to time, but if you heard someone is going, it went through this and he's still so, you know, positive as he used to be, or he became more positive as he was, that will give you positivity. So yeah, that's how it is, like, you know, for most of to attend these exhibitions for Sudanese artists. I've seen some people actually sometime that went to some Sudanese exhibition here in Kenya, Nairobi, and that's exactly why I started this. Like, I mean, Nubian Art Gallery, because there's so many Sudanese artists, fellow colleagues and fellow friends who came here, and they were so well known in Sudan, back in Sudan. They were really famous. I mean, you know, but now no one knows them. You know, they have to go introduce themselves as it's really give me bad feelings that, you know, look, this guy is writing, is trying to write a proposal, is trying to find person to write a proposal to get an exhibition, a solo exhibition here in Kenya. Meanwhile, in Sudan, he was so famous, he was so popular, everyone wants to buy his next artwork, but now they have to do this writing skills and stuff. And then I felt like, you know, I have these writing skills that I gained from 8 years ago, right? And writing concepts or proposals and stuff like that by working with the different INGOs and UN institutions. And like, it will really feel good that you share the skills you have and help someone else out of it. And I always told them it's open anytime, you know. And we did actually, even now that we didn't find the physical location for Nubian Art Gallery here, but we operate like and it makes me feel so positive and so powerful. Like, we helped one of the Sudanese artists who have he can't speak English fluently, but some channels wanted to do an interview with him. So because I told them in a small meeting, friends meeting, so he called me and he told me about this. They want to do this interview, but I wish if you could help me. And I was like, for sure. I'm gonna even cancel my plans and come to you in the morning, do this interview. And we did the whole transcription, and it was very, very impactful exhibition, like and the feelings he have and the gratefulness he have for us, like, thank you so much. And you helped me to get my first, or one of these interviews that I always felt it's hard. And proposals, it's very challenging for most of the artists, like, writing and do some proposals and these kind of stuff. But if I have it, I don't mind sharing it and help someone else to get exposed to the world globally. And that's exactly why I started, or I thought of registering this officially, Nubian Art Gallery in Kenya. Yeah, thanks a lot.
And we have a question
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
from Ojin. I don't know
Yes.
if I'm pronouncing his name right, but it's in Arabic. It's called Abu Digin. His question is, what inspired you from the beginning to become an artist?
What inspires me from the beginning? Okay. What inspires me, for sure, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, I've seen how powerful my parents are, right? That's the first reason. Both studied fine art. Yeah, they graduated from fine art college, and you always wanted to be like the one you feel like they are the best, right? So yeah, it's not that I really felt I should become, I since the beginning, even when I actually studied piloting, right, in South Africa. But even that time, the students, my colleagues, used to come and grab the notebooks that I have. You know why? That's something I never realized, or I never imagined, that art will help me through my studies. Because how I used to see it, that's something I really need to share. It's good that I remembered it now. Because it's like, grabbing a sheet of like 4 pages or something, but I can see it. Why they just didn't make a small drawing explaining 1, 2, 3. This one came here on this level, went here, did this. Small icons that, you will really make it quick. I mean, instead of 4 pages talking, just give me one drawing and 1 page, and I will understand it. And I did it for myself, just to make it easier for myself. Like, there is a lot of words and stuff that I learned, and even used the translator sometimes to get these aviation words that not a lot of people know. Just like when they talk to each other, like, you won't get everything in the conversation. So when I started to do it, it's just for me to make it easier, and to study easier and pass that exam. Then my friends saw it and they were like, wow, you know what? This could be perfect. Can I take a picture of this? And sure, it went by pictures, and then they went to come and grab the sheets and make a copy, scan out of it. And now they came after the exam, they even hired more scores than me. Like, if I scored 80 something, they will score 90 something. And they were like, Moon, I can't believe it. Your drawings or your sheets just came out like a projector in front of me while I wrote the question. This is so amazing, and they start telling our our academy, manager, that what we did and how we passed, because the question started to go like, you guys can't speak English fluently, but you passing by 80%. This is kind of suspicious. How come? And then they started to tell him, and to tell them about me, like, this is Mamoun, this is some of sheets, and and that's how it's easy to remember, imagine while you read the question. And I was like, I never realized or imagined that art will affect, or it will impact my studies. And so art has been, like, it was a thing that I never choose. It's something choose me, I can say, if I did a study, I'm gonna use art, even if I didn't realize that. If I played, if I did the hobbies, if I did everything, you do it in art, like, yeah, I can't even explain it shortly, but everything, if you're an artist, everything you do, it's an art, artwork for real, no matter what it is you study or you learn. If I give this example now,
And I've always also, I
I
just want to
do.
add something as well. I also want to
Yes,
add
sure.
something. A lot of artists, I don't know if a lot of artists, but from my
Yes,
perspective,
yes,
I believe that art was never meant to be perfectionist. It's always imperfection.
yes,
Art
exactly.
was never,
No,
so
the
stop
imperfections makes it
looking.
even more artistic. That's true. Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I
I, I
always
I've,
say.
I've told even my friends, like, when they tell me, like, I have to edit this, or I think like this part is really need a bit of adjustment, or I told them, look, there is
Oh,
no, yes, mistake in art. You got it. There is no mistake in artwork.
that's what art
Everything
is
you
all
do,
about. Yeah,
yes, exactly. It doesn't have to be
perfect. No, it
perfect.
doesn't.
Nothing.
It's
Yeah,
always,
it could be.
and it's
It's
beautiful.
and it's always gonna seem unimperfect to you, but for other people, this
Exactly.
is the perfect art piece that they want in their home. So
And that
that's exactly shows.
and also to add something, and what makes it
Yes,
beautiful, it's imperfectionist. That's what
exactly. The
makes it
texture, the
beautiful.
imperfections.
The
Yes.
texture, just because it's like you just like
Yeah.
love it,
Something you never seen before,
That's what
right?
makes the art beautiful. It's not just the
Exactly.
perfectionist. No, it's
Yeah.
not. It's not what it meant to be.
Exactly. Yes.
Like I don't know if you ever heard of
Yes.
Nancy Ajram's song "لخبط لخبيط" or "شخبط شخابيط." I think that to
Yes.
that
Yes.
effect.
Yes. It's like,
So it's yeah,
making
exactly,
it messy, right? What
exactly.
literally
That's what
translated to
art.
make messy
Yeah,
then. Yes.
yeah. So anyone has
Yeah.
any questions?
Please go ahead.
Mm.
I may I say something? It
Yeah, sure.
inspired
Go
me
ahead.
to say something.
No
It's
worries.
not a
Yeah.
question, maybe a remark. When you said you help people to understand it, to comprehend it more, you're not making art only. You're someone who downloads codes. That's what we
Thank you so
call.
much. That's means a
You
lot.
feel
Thank
connected to like a cosmic source, let's say, to explain it in more closer way to
you.
the
Yes.
audience. You download codes that helps people evolve. Actually, art, your art,
Healing.
especially heal, of course, heal,
Yes.
and to download it because it's needed in the process
Yes.
of human evolution. And you're
And
also
yeah.
making the audience a witness.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
they
true.
are witnesses. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
only someone who sees ours, evaluates.
Mm,
And Sarah, you said something very important. Actually,
that's
who's judging what is perfect and what is not perfect?
exactly.
Who
Yeah.
are we to
That's right.
judge? I
Who
mean,
wrote
That's
these,
right.
right?
I don't
Rules or
know. And you know what?
imperfection
Africa,
imperfections.
by the way, my husband is right now in Kenya. And he's
Oh,
having
I would
visiting
love to
a
meet him if
client
he's,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
I would love
And
to.
so it's not, maybe not a coincidence. That's what I love Africa because it's a very uh,
Rich
different
in culture.
continent.
Mm.
Mhm.
Not only culture, it has a very unique perspective for the Earth history.
Yes.
It
Mm,
is where everything has started.
yes. From there.
So
Mm.
it is
Thank you. Yeah.
it has a, that's why I think your mission is more higher.
Mm,
And when you were explaining the stories, you said
yes.
higher stories. You remember that? If you
But
go back to the
I
recording of
couldn't
this,
even, yes, I couldn't
I
even
said,
real.
okay, so
Yes, I couldn't even realize. I was just expressing trying
no,
my best to express
that's
my
a code.
words.
That's
Yes.
yeah, it's a
Art
code.
So much.
always communicates through codes. That is why I
Exactly,
ask
Elena.
you about
Yes,
the symbols
exactly.
Yeah.
from Nubia, and
Yes.
it's very deeply connected and rooted that I
Yeah.
know because
Yes.
as you know, I had opportunity to
The,
learn about Nubian culture, and
exactly.
it is deeply rooted within not only African civilization but worldly.
That's true.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, maybe
Yes.
nobody knows about the real importance of Nubian and Sudanese culture. That is
Yes.
why maybe it's a good thing.
Yes.
Maybe it's now time for
Yeah.
the rest of the world to
Right. To know
understand.
more about Sudan, yes,
Exactly,
and
exactly,
yes, the heritage and the cultures, and
exactly.
yeah, I can't
Mm.
wait. Please wait for this scientific paper. That will. I'm honored
Yeah.
to be to announce that it will be shared by
Yes.
ШумArt, yes,
Within, yeah, yeah, it
soon,
will
yeah,
be, yeah, yeah.
and that will make you realize exactly what I'm trying to. Maybe here I gave a small brief about why every Sudanese is a very artistic person, but that will really gives you the full idea of like why exactly most of them just so artistic and the artwork is so amazing because I connected to the culture and the heritage of Nubian and Koshite kingdoms. And even if they didn't realize it, and that's exactly what happening, uh, they have it already. You know, they already have it. They already using it and everything,
Mm.
and they already put in their touch in everything. Even if I didn't put the exact samples, there is something that maybe hidden somewhere in the corner of the painting or something, but that resonates with me. Like it tells something. It has maybe a small shape, but it has a whole story behind it. So that's exactly, yeah. I hope people will come and download and check the scientific paper after it's gonna be published soon.
Yeah,
And
very, very soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to hear more of the people's thoughts after reading it and what they
That is
think
why
about
it's
it.
very important to also, when we talk about art and culture, we need to have
Yes,
a scientific background. Why?
that's
Because
true. Documentation.
it's very important
Yes,
to structure a solid ground
yes,
for artistic expressions. For example,
that's
when
true.
we talk
Yeah.
about African,
Mhm.
especially Nubian
Yeah.
culture, which we know has it is a base for Egyptian culture. We know that.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Mhm.
Egypt, but it is. That
Mhm.
is, it's not mine
Mhm.
statement, but it's a statement very, very profound
Mhm.
scholars all around the
Yes.
world.
Mm.
And when we look at for example, artistic movement at the beginning of 20th century, they are using at the end of the 18th and beginning of the 20th century, they are using
Yes.
two cultures,
Yes.
African and Japanese
Mhm.
culture.
Yes.
Uh,
I
uh,
remember
yeah,
exactly. Yeah. The culture, just to show, right, the
yeah,
post innocent kingdoms and how powerful they are. That's what
exactly.
exactly what I meant. It's just not some shades of calligraphy that I just want to put and that's it. No, they are post artistic, even if they meant something, even if they wrote specific sentences and something, it looks artistic already, even if they didn't add any color into it. So I felt like, the way even to learn the post calligraphies, maybe the tools are a bit different, but at the end it feels exactly the same. The ink, the
Mm.
the artistic touches they have on the brush strokes, at the end of the letter, and that's exactly I've been choosing it, and I'm really wanted to hear what people will their thoughts and what they will say after seeing these two posts uh,
The
innocent kingdoms
interconnectedness between
tools to
between the
be interactive.
cultures.
Yes,
Yeah, the
exactly.
interconnected, because it
Yeah,
it's not by chance that we have my dearest friend Elif
yeah.
right now.
Like, thank you.
She is from the
Mhm.
cradle of the civilization. I mean,
Yes,
white civilization, which is
yes,
Anatolia.
yeah.
You know that.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
So people,
interconnectedness.
yes,
People are don't know that how deeply connected we
all
are.
connected. Yes,
No,
exactly. How we are united, right?
no.
And no matter where we are or how diverse or far we are from a country to another or region to another, but we are all human at the end, right? We are all
At
connected
the beginning, at the end.
no matter how diverse. Yes. And we were all,
That's what
there is,
going back to what I was saying
yes,
in Nuit Blanc
yeah,
2 weeks ago when I went to attend in downtown Toronto. Like
yes,
everyone from different background, from different ethnicity, different culture, different religion. They all came
came
together
to
to enjoy.
exactly
So
appreciate.
again, we're here to support. And Helena is in Serbia. I'm here in Canada. And Mamoun, you're in Kenya, and Elif
Yes,
is in Turkey. And
yes,
Yelena Kolik is, where is she?
Serbia,
Serbia.
Belgrade.
And Akiko is in Kenya. And
yes,
and the audience, I don't know where you're
yeah. They are in Addis Ababa, I think.
they
My
are
father
they?
is currently is in Addis Ababa, by the way.
Who's your
Yes,
father?
yes, Hussein Margani.
Hi.
Yes,
We're so happy to have
yes,
you here, Mr. Hussein.
yeah. They may be, they always facing a bit challenging network, hopefully, yes. But
Yeah.
yeah, and
It's
you
an
see,
honor to
we
have you
cannot.
here with us, Mr. Hussein.
Thank you.
So yeah, so we would like to
Yeah,
thank each one of
thank
you
you so much.
for this great in like it's a soul feeding information that it just makes you feel so this talk was just so great, honestly.
Thank you so much.
I'm grateful for each one of you who've attended the talk from the bottom of my heart, and I would also love to thank you, Mamoun,
No,
for
you're almost
sharing
good.
your story and sharing your journey with us. So I, so oh sorry, but okay. So for sharing your journey and sharing your story, and this won't be the first or last. This is just the beginning. This is just the
Yeah,
beginning.
looking
And
forward, yes, to more
yeah,
collaboration, and I'm sure we will bring more impactful projects in future. Not
absolutely,
Yes,
only
we will.
absolutely.
for,
Yes, we
yes,
will.
not
Everyone,
only
stay
for
tuned.
Sudanese people, but for
Absolutely.
whoever is trying to, yes, get support.
Everyone,
And
stay
thank you
tuned.
so much.
Everyone, stay tuned.
Like, I
Thank you so
mean,
much, everyone.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much for this great,
Thank you.
like,
Uh,
great opportunity
Thank
from
you.
I'm going to close the recording, and we can afterwards stay a little bit to
So,
talk. Okay.
okay, if
Thank you,
before the,
everybody, for participating.
yes,
And you are, I'm hoping that we are having soon this recording on our YouTube channel. Thank you, and have a great evening.
thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. A good evening.